approximately 2/3 the cost of public school. And yes, that would, and this is a way to start to bring competition in a big way to public education. So I would have proposed that in New Mexico for 6 straight years, and of course that would have included schools of faith. And if again, maybe a couple more questions if you can bear with me or bear me. Yes.
It was mentioned that you climbed Mount Everest. How was that?
That was really cool. If any of you ever have the chance to go to Nepal, halfway around the world, if you ever have a chance to go trekking in Nepal or even go to base camp, it's halfway around the world. It's really a wonderful place. It was incredibly inexpensive. The expedition wasn't inexpensive at all, but just to go to Nepal and trek really was. It was just a wonderful experience. It was very spiritual for me, and I did get to stand on top of the world, which was, wow, that was a lifelong dream for me.
What are your thoughts concerning the Tea Party?
Thoughts concerning the Tea Party? I think it's a good thing, and it's a good thing from the standpoint of when we're talking dollars and cents, when we're talking about the religion of the checkbook. I think the Tea Party has brought that front and center, and I think the results of the election the other day, whereby Republicans won, I think that would be a mistake for Republicans to view that as some sort of mandate. I think the sentiment was that anybody that's in office belongs out of office. I think Republicans picked up as a result of that phenomenon simply because they were the minority party. And if Republicans will get the religion of the checkbook back, maybe they'll hang around for a while. But we've got to fix what's happened. Political promises that were made that should have never been made. But they were made, I watched them being made my entire life. Republicans get control of Congress and the White House. It's a dream come true for me, and what do? They run up record deficits, and they pass a prescription health care benefit. I mean, it's embarrassing for me. Just embarrassing.
I was of the opinion that the income tax and IRS they kind of trample on your liberty and invade your privacy, and the fair tax may be a better way to go about taxation in this country. What's your opinion on?
Yeah, no, I agree. Whether that's flat tax or fair tax, the notion that they're talking about a fair tax being at 28%, I don't know, just off the top of my head, that just sounds a little onerous. I wish it were a little less. I would just beware right now of any sort of tax reform, because tax reform right now, to me, is code for raising taxes. And I'm just afraid that a fair tax would become a sort of value-added tax, and then we'd have other taxes creep back in. So I think the focus right now needs to be on slashing spending, something that's never happened. I mean, really never happened.
I heard there's a warning against runaway inflation. You carry around Zimbabwean currency with you sometimes?
I do, I got it right
You
now.
have it with you?
$100 trillion note, have you seen one of those?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I have one too.
Yeah, $100 trillion. Yeah, I do have it here somewhere. But $100 trillion, at the time it was printed, it was worth 9 US cents, and very shortly after that, it was worth nothing. And they are selling those notes now for about $5 here US. It just shows you how much value we're putting in that.
You talk a lot about benefits of legalizing marijuana, but as we've seen, like Prop 19 didn't pass. So,
right.
So would you say that this is more about maybe ignorance about the drug, or
yes.
people just saying?
No, totally. A poll a couple of days ago by Gallup, 46% of Americans support legalizing marijuana. So the vote in California really came down with the national poll. I think that Prop 19 advanced the issue nationwide in a really big way. And that is that it was on the dinner table for conversation all across the country. It was in the media all across the country. It's getting talked about. It's getting discussed. The issue actually statistically is about 2 years away from being at a tipping point. About 2 years away from 50% plus of Americans supporting legalizing marijuana. So I just view it as very
reason
positive.
why it's that
I
number.
view it as very positive that this issue
lot of
gets
Americans
talked about, because the 46%
Let's be
never
honest.
retreats. 46% wakes up in the morning, depending on how the wind blows, they don't go back to 44, or 42, or 41, whereas the 54 that oppose it, half of that's really weak. It's just listening to 70 years of existing drug dogma that just doesn't sell anymore.
You brought up, excuse me, this will have to be the last question. You brought up U.S. entering Iraq 10 years ago, and then you said that you didn't deem it necessary. If you were to become president, hypothetically, would you have like an exit strategy of how many years?
How many years?
I mean,
How
like,
many days to get out? No, I understand. I understand that there needs to be a logistical time frame, but I am certain that it would be in the months time frame.
You don't think that would like cause more of a civil war there in the situation?
I think that at whatever point we get out, that we're going to face that situation, whether that's today or whether that's 10 years from now or 25 years from now, I pose that the same scenario is going to exist. Well, thank you all so much.